Now then, people, and welcome back to another instalment of the White Rose Rivals. We have a full house tonight as well, which I'm absolutely enthused about. Enthused about? That's not very a word I would normally use, but yeah, I'm happy about it, to be fair. So we're going to be talking about proper football being back. None of that Mickey Mouse stuff that was going on last week.
Joe, we're back last week. Shout at me, Rotherham. You just disrespected us, League One. Me, Matt, this is our last podcast, mate. Disgusting.
No, well, we're going to start there, Cossie. We're going to start there, to be honest, because obviously you were unbeaten for a period, and then you know the Millers,
Bristol
the big
Street Motors trophy ups have taken a knock, Joe. Jesus.
Have you got a sombrero behind you there, Matt, as well?
Yeah. When Stevens came back, they were getting them out. There were hundreds of sombreros at New York Stadium. So I kept one.
Just because you got a result against Leeds, that's what it's about.
Ash is going to shave his beard when Wednesday win again, so we could be waiting a while, Ash, till it comes off.
How is everyone, first and foremost? Is everyone good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good?
Yeah, all good. Cheers, mate. Yeah.
I'm off to Iron Apple tomorrow for a filthy weekend with my wife, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. Is it anniversary?
Yeah, I mean, we'll call it that, but any excuse.
Yeah. Okay, well, congratulations, mate, and I hope you have a nice time.
We will. Well, I will.
Yeah. Matt, come on, you kick us off, because obviously yourself and Cossie were here last week, and the game, obviously, preceding that was yourself versus Huddersfield. So talk to us, man, because you got that to be your first win of the season, I believe.
Yeah, first win of the season. We're on his best unbeaten run of the year now, 2 games.
Yeah.
It's going really well. But yeah, we were playing pretty well against Huddersfield. There were some questionable decisions from the referee, which helped us. But I think it was probably a fair result in the end. Malik Wilkes was brilliant, to be fair. Which I know Ash won't believe me, but Alex Wilkes absolutely.
I had him since it was all City.
Yeah, we were just took charge of the game, and that right back didn't know what was happening to him. Bless him. It were all of it shop. I think it was Sorensen, and that goal at end were because of how crap it's been for a long time. That 91st minute winner, full stadium, was just amazing. And yeah, a win, an actual win. Can't believe it.
Yeah. Come on, Cossie. Did you go, Cossie? I'm assuming you went.
Well, mate. I was still cricketing until this weekend, so I've managed to stay away. But I did watch it, but yeah, you know what? Really weird because the referee decisions. I hate to bang about refs, but did change the game. But they deserve to win, Joe. Our performance has been getting gradually worse, and I think what I'm going to swear there. It's not 7. Not what is it? 10.
It's all right, mate. You're right.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think what disappointed me, Joe, was like we had a red card, which I think were a bit stupid from Danny Ward, but like. And they scored, and you're just thinking, come on, Tat, show a bit of balls here, because last couple of seasons we've had none of that. And I'm just thinking, to walk out of there with your point after what's happened. But I just knew, mate, once they got equalised that they'd just overpower us. And I just wanted to see a bit of, as Simeone would say, Cajones show, mate, and we didn't show it. And they scored and won. And I think that hurt me more than kind of what happened the referee. This is, I'm just like old. I thought we were kind of getting a bit better and stronger, but some of us wins has been a bit average, Joe, and like this was really our first big test and failed. There were mitigating circumstances for it, but no complaints with the loss. And I kind of wish we'd have played last week, but obviously, as you know, internationals all over the place at Huddersfield and Blackpool. So unfortunately, we were deprived our game last Saturday. But yeah, it's been a long wait for the next game, to be honest with you, mate. No, Bristol Street Motors Trophy changed the team and we lost that, but. Yeah, we're looking forward to the weekend, but no complaints. And I mean, I was just thinking, if I can't be happy, then if Matt can be happy, then that's all good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the main thing, isn't it? That's the main thing. I was buzzing for Matt as well when I found out. I swear to God. So yeah, it's about time he had some good results. Ash, we haven't seen you for a bit. Obviously, Leeds United beat you 2-0. You were beaten 3-0 by Millwall. After that. Positive start to the season. I myself was saying, Danny Roll, you might even challenge top 6. What's been going on, mate?
It's football, isn't it, mate? That's what it is. It's builds you up first game of the season, and then just kicks you in the knackers, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's still early in the season. We've spoke about it on our podcast and about it, and you look at take the Leeds and Sunderland results. They are teams you are going to be expecting to be top 6. It was the Millwall results. That's the team that we think we should be around about. We on paper, our team, we would say, of course, better than theirs. And it was that result that out of the 3 losses we've had is the one that really, really smarted the most. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. It's the positivity is still there. Yes, we've lost 3 on the bounce and obviously not scored. It's not the greatest run at the minute, but everyone still seems to be positive round, which is good. It's just QPR up on Saturday is another team that we should be looking at round about the same sort of position we want to be finishing. Or I think personally, I wasn't a top 6, top 8. I was 12, 14 this season type of guy. So it's early days though, Joe, mate.
I've written down. I'd like to do some prep here, mate, and I've read a few articles, and people saying the away style has to change. I mean, it's been talked about before. Al, you mentioned it before, and I don't know. It's just, does he have to do something different away? Because I know obviously home form's been a bit iffy, but it seems to be away where you're proper getting battered, mate.
Yeah, away. I think it's 17 games that once we've gone behind, we haven't got a point from. So we haven't even caught. So if they're obviously away from home, they score first. We haven't even got a point in the last 17 games. So that's the sort of stat. If you're looking at obviously end of last season, the stats we had, we were the 8th best team from February onwards. But even that stat stands out that how poor our away mentality is once we go behind. And it's something that's, you're right. It's got to change. I don't see the way we set up and play is going to change. I really think he believes that that's the way that he wants to play, and that's the way the team's got to go out and practice and try and implement on the pitch. It's probably just a mentality thing with that, which, I mean, a couple of wins will do great for your mentality. So I'm thinking it's more of that, which is going to be easier to get over than a style of play that's just not working.
I know that, I mean, this might be a bit of a wild question, but obviously you have arguably the craziest chairman in English football. Would there ever be a scenario where a couple more results he goes, this ain't working for me? Like, is that a worry at all? I mean, it'd be crazy, and it's probably a crazy question, but I just know how madcap your owner is, that's all.
Well, you just go on previous experience, don't you? You would not put it past him. But I can't, it doesn't matter how mad you are as an owner and our owner, I can't see, unless you are going to go 10, 12, 14 games of getting battered 4-0, 3-0, and that he would even entertain changing the manager.
Has he spotted anyone wearing hooky football shirts yet and turfed them out?
I tell you what, if you see them side by side, the orange away, if you saw them, like, you knew that the pucker one and a hooky one, spot them a mile off. And if he hasn't, but he won't do, because I don't think he's even been in the country yet.
Al, I hope you're not selling fake shirts in your shop, Al. Disgusting, mate. Better be legitimate ones then, mate.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
Let's talk to you. Obviously, you can talk to us a little bit about Chef Wednesday if you want as well before we talk about.
I don't have any interest in talking about Chef Wednesday now or ever.
There you go. But your football starts tomorrow for you, mate. You've got Hull City away from home. How are you feeling? It's a Yorkshire derby.
Yeah, Tigers, rah rah rah.
More by the Tigers tomorrow, I reckon.
Mauled by the Tigers.
Get the hand actions out here.
Yeah, we've seen the hand action. It's terrifying. Whenever you go to the the MKM, is that what it's called now?
Yeah.
Yeah, great name, rolls off the tongue. And I'll be in Iron Apper, as I mentioned. And once battle is finished, I will go out and find a pub and watch it there. And hopefully a few other Blades will join me. I'll be honest, I'll report back next week. I guarantee there won't be a single Hull fan that I will see. But if there is, I'll let you know. But I'll put money on it and I'll donate it to charity if I see one. And I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's been a while since Hull have beaten us. think you said it last time. Was it 2018?
2018, I think. Pretty sure
Last
that was,
time we met was a 1-0 Blades win. Daniel Jebison. I look back at that team just earlier today. I mean, it was only a year and 9 months ago, and we've only got 2 players from that team. It's amazing the rebuild, as you call it, that's gone on at beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. We've got such a different looking side, and of course, Leeds wanted to try and make it even more different by taking Gus Harmer. And anyone who listened to me, Joe, anyone who'd listen, I said it was nonsense. He wasn't for sale, and forget about it. And yet, the amount of people, not you, Joe, but the amount of people saying it's done deal. It's done. Forget about it. It's done deal. He's agreed personal terms. Forget it, Hal. You're dreaming. You're reading comics.
Well, do you know what? Angus has been talking today actually with the Square Ball, and he said they were told from agents that there was a deal that could be done there, and this is what he was told. This is what he's telling us, whether it's true or not.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure his sources are better than mine.
Yeah, well, there you go. And that if we put down a bid, that might then have a conversation, and we put that stupid derisory £13 million bid, and then we're told. No, so wherever you've got your information from, it's not right. And we also wanted Emi Buendia. Why did they think Emi? Well, exactly. You tell me, Tom. These are the players that we wanted. Apparently, we were waiting on James McAtee, even though he was playing at City, and then Emi Buendia was another one. Anyway. We'll move on. I'm going to be reacting to that talk a little bit later on the lead side.
Can I just, without sort of spoiler alerting it, Joe, do I take from your derisory tone that you don't believe all of those words that you heard?
It's not even that if there is something in the Emi Buendia, I just think you're fucking stupid. No, I do though. If you think
no, look, 5 years ago, cracking signing.
100 exactly. This is the point. How are you going to go to Aston Villa and say, right, okay, so Emi Buendia is probably thinking, I might get in the champ. Do you know what I mean? Like he might not be playing much now, but they're going to be fighting on all fronts. They've just got in the chat. No, I'll drop out at Championship for Leeds. It's just a silly, move. And if he expects Leeds fans to take that and be like, oh yeah, why did you do that? He said it's because we wanted to be ambitious. Well, I want to date Megan Fox. It's not going to happen, is it? Do you know what I mean?
But so you've got to temper it and be careful, because the transfer window isn't closed for the whole season. Come January, who knows? We could be having these conversations all over again with the same names.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, you've got some serious firepower. I've noticed. Harry Campbell got an hat-trick in like the reserves. Brewster can't get in. Campbell. Obviously, Mo got that was naughty with that, wasn't it? Whether it should be all right.
Brewster is Brewster firepower when last time he scored a goal? Just out of interest.
No, nobody knows.
That's how long it is. Great question.
I mean, Ash couldn't grow a beard last time he scored.
I just remember chatting to you, Al, because I wasn't sure, what's the expectations. What you were saying, it should be a promotion, and when I kind of look at your squad, I think the youth that you've got as well is quite exciting. My mate Arblas says could be struggling for Saturday, but like you've got like decent youth, some good experience, and I think you've had a nice window. And I think, definitely, I think anything.
Good first 11 squad's shite. Good first 11 squads.
No, actually, I go along with the youth thing. I think I've said it on here before. Yeah, the youth's very promising. I'm not sure about the firepower thing. I actually think that's the only area that we are quite weak. And, if Kiefer Moore is injured, you go Tyrese Campbell, never scored more than 9 league goals in a season. And
I've always rated him, though, because he always done it against others, so that's not a good gauge, mate, because I think...
He's always played... No, you're right. He's always played well against us, but he's not missed the goals. And really, Kiefer Moore's sort of been like super sub. That's kind of what he's been known as last few years. And Ryan Brewster only really did it at Swansea and Liverpool reserves. So I'm not sure about the firepower thing. I'm a bit worried about that.
What do you make? Little Chesney's just asked this. Love to get Hal's take on Egan to Burnley. Could we see Egan help Burnley to promotion in place of the Blades?
So I have a little thing that I always say. All my friends know if something is incredible, and I say it pretty much 6 or 7 times every day. Unbelievable scenes, outrageous scenes, and that's what John Egan said on the open top bus when we won promotion to the Prem just before we finished 9th. And it's one of my favourite things he ever did. And Sheffield United Way, the channel that I'm on, is named after the song that Egan wrote for Sheffield United. So seeing him play for another team has actually really hurt. He didn't need to. We didn't need to let him go. We could have given him another year, another 2. I've no idea why we didn't. I think the injury, perhaps our medical team have looked at him and said, yeah, maybe he'll be out till November, whatever. Will he come back the same? Will he now have the recurrence of that injury? And Burnley are taking a punt. But I'd rather that Egan was ours because he's great on his day and he has a lot of days. A lot of days.
Yeah, Al, I know it's gone, mate, but one of the funniest things on YouTube I've watched for a long time, Ollie McBurney, I don't know if you've seen it, with open goal, this Scottish guy, I laugh my head off. He's like, gone to Las Palmas. So he's like, they say, now you're just into language. He says, I'm learning the language, but it's not easy with like plurals and stuff. He said in the dressing room in the first game, like, he was like, we're like, come on, everyone. And like in Spanish, he was like, we're like, vamos, chicas. And everyone was looking at me and kissing his and laughing. Basically saying, come on, girls. Like,
yeah, I know, yeah.
It's honestly just like, it is unbelievable. But it's
my basic Spanish, I was able to translate that. Yeah, I haven't seen that, but that's
honestly, it's so good watching it. He just comes across as just what he is, a great lad and that as well. But
yeah, he
always
comes across well.
Yeah, living the dream.
There's the picture of him. Is he swapping his shirt for a bottle of sun cream or something as well? There's like
after sun,
that aloe vera after sun or something, weren't it?
Honestly, I was because who's the other Scot that's gone there as well? So he was saying, he says my Spanish is better than, I forgot what his name is now, but he basically said this other guy was saying it. Vamos, he was like tres pointos, and there's no such word as pointos. Meant to be puntos. Everyone looking at me was this fucking idiots. It was like, says we've got a lot to do with it. But we've got a lot to do with his language, but. Mate, brilliant. Just honestly, you just can't want him to do naught but well. He's just an honest, genuine guy. But yeah, I think they're taking to him over there. They were chatting his name the other game I'm watching. So yeah.
To answer your question, it's Scott McKenna is the other one.
Scott McKenna, that's him. Yeah, he just said he was a bit frustrated last day at Bramley. He didn't like have any issues with the manager. Just like he wanted more minutes, and he didn't like have a go at him. But he just obviously has moved on. But yeah, mate, get it watched. It's called Open Goal. It was kind of YouTube. It's 1 hour you'll love, man. It's so funny.
We'll have to check that out. Matt McBurney, if you wonder, come on, Ben. No need for that, is he? No need for that. He's a Blade legend, is he, Matt Burney? Is he a legend?
He's good. He was good. I think legends. There's probably every club should only have about 5 legends. I think we've
just said bye to ours. We've just said bye to Liam Cooper's. Did you see
Bulgaria?
Did you see the announcement video?
Oh my god!
What is it? What happened? What's it like?
Man. Oh, I'll have to. I'm gonna have to bring it up here. Hang on, it's a beauty.
Oh man, I'm excited for this.
Just put it.
Don't spoil it, Ash.
No. Just watch the first 5 or 6 seconds, and you would not think it was an announcement video.
Brilliant. I'm so excited for this. Come on, Liam. No. You can't get slagged off anymore. That's why he's got to Bulgaria, because he blamed for everything.
I want to see your reaction to it. Who hasn't seen it yet?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't? Right, okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Legendary. Classy. Aggressive. Iconic. Cooper. Liam Cooper. Here to switch gears.
It's about a minute.
It's a Bulgarian team. They can't. What? They're not
oh my god!
What?
They really lent into the car theme.
It was mental.
Yeah. It's gone backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, what a move that's for him, though. I love people who do left field. You know, when I'm at McBurney there going, I mean, Gran Canaria, it's a no-brainer, innit? What a place to go. But I love people who do left field stuff like this. There's no point in moving him. I know he don't want him to play anywhere else, but I
don't know, though. I think he had a fair few offers for whatever reason. He couldn't get these deals over the line. I think Hull was one. I think maybe even the Blades at one point. Portsmouth, Derby, there was loads. I don't know what he was asking for, but I think maybe they'd gone, nah, you're all right, mate. It's probably length of contract, I'd imagine, more than anything with Liam, because he's, 33 now, I think. So, yeah, he'll be missed anyway. 10 years. Doesn't happen very often now, does it, really? 10 years at a football club, if at all.
Who's to blame now, Joe, when it goes wrong?
We were talking about this earlier, yeah, because do you remember that video? Man, you were like, the war in Ukraine, blame Cooper. Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about Bamford's still here, so he still gets a
of
lot
course he's there.
So
mate.
yeah, he's still here for a little bit yet. 2 more years left on his deal, and still in.
Yeah, to switch gears.
There's only Bamford and is it the keeper left now? I saw from the promotion team. Was it?
I think,
I think someone put something on there. They had all the team there. They all crossed out, and then it was just Bamford.
Yeah, probably only him. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and people would get rid of them both if they could. I think I don't mind mine, but yeah. Hey ho, Tom, Hull City. Will you get that elusive first 3 points at home against Sheffield United?
Obviously, very, very tough game. Like, obviously, to try and get your first win. I mean, 3 draws and a loss so far. You're coming against obviously an informed Sheffield United team, 2 wins, 2 draws. So you look on the base of it, you're probably thinking we're going to lose. But I'm actually going into the game a bit of confidence, knowing that obviously we've had an extra 2 weeks, players gelling together because we've made so many signings, and we've obviously brought in Stephen Alzati as well. That was a really good signing after the window shut. Obviously played for Brighton. Good pedigree, and I think he's going to be a great addition in midfield. So I think I quite fancy our chances to nick a result. I think obviously we don't have many players going on international duty, so like I said, this extra 2 weeks for Walter to work with the players, and that should sort of hopefully work in our favour.
Can you play 4 goalkeepers in this game?
4, I know, ridiculous. I don't understand what's going on. To be fair, obviously Rushworth is clearly obviously the best goalkeeper out of the 3. But we already brought in that with Choppy, and we signed Ivan Panda for a couple of million in January. And then, so there's like 3 goalkeepers that will want to be first choice, and someone's going to miss out from the squad, and it's probably going to be with Choppy. And then I doubt we're going to bring in Rushworth on loan if we're not going to play him. So, that's Panda's done nothing wrong, and he's probably going to drop to the bench. But I still think Panda will start Friday, but then obviously Rushworth should come in after. But yeah.
You were saying to me a few weeks ago that you didn't know if the owner were losing interest. So when I saw that Casey Palmer for 3 years, I was like, ooh, that to me that's a proper ambitious signing, is that, mate? I was surprised at that. So to me, in a man who's losing interest.
Yeah, I think it's because it was a very slow start to the window. We'd lost Philogene, we'd lost Greaves. Obviously, all the loan players went back. So as fans were sort of wondering what's going on, but obviously there was a lot of irons in the fire, and obviously we've got most of our business done in the middle to the end of August. So like at the start of the season, we've not really had like a fully strong starting 11, but hopefully from the Sheffield United game onwards, we'll be able to see what this team's really about. Because I'm not going to judge Walter on the base of these first 4 games because I've not seen our full strong 11. I think I'll start judging 15 games in where we're at, and if we're obviously struggling near the bottom 3, then obviously we'll have to see what's going on there. But if we're mid-table, perhaps 14th or so, I think I'd be happy with that. To be fair, I think I said this season, mid-table this season.
I know it's going back to last season, but 12 we had to win. I know it goes back to last season, but I know it's like when you just can't win a game. It's frustrating. Obviously, I don't want it to happen tomorrow, but it's
and also Chris Wilder's come out and actually defended Liam Rosenior. I don't know if you've heard or read these quotes, but
no, I've not seen them. But
he's sort of saying getting rid of a very promising up and coming manager is something that's left him scratching his head. I mean, is that something you felt at the time and still feel now?
Yeah, I mean, I was seething with the decision. I think I felt like what happened was, the fact we finished 2 points outside the playoffs. Rossini brought us attractive style football. So most people felt he was the one that was obviously the person behind bringing the likes of Delap to the club, Philogene,
he got in running for manager season as well.
Like these promising young players, like many people thought he was the sort of driving force behind that. And obviously we played some attractive football, particularly away from home, but it was that home form that cost us. I mean, like there was games against Plymouth where I was having 5 shots on goal, not on target, drawing, and that wasn't just like a one-time thing. That was you could pick literally probably 5 games across the full season where we played well at home, whereas away from home, beating Southampton, beating Leicester, commendable performance against Leeds, like obviously performing really well against the top teams in the division, whereas at home we were struggling against like Stoke, Plymouth, like wow. And that was the frustrating thing. I mean, Adrian coming in on a plane from Turkey, backed him in the January window of Fabio Carvalho, spending all this money, expected playoffs at a minimum, and I probably told him we'll back you in January, but in Ryan Giles as well. Back you in January.
You said that last season, because I remember saying, is it failure if you don't get in a 6? And you said, it is.
Yeah, because we obviously got backed and then didn't get the playoffs and had to make the obviously harsh decision.
Serious backing as well, wasn't it? Bringing in Carvalho and stuff with the money he would have been on.
From what you're saying there, it sort of makes sense then to appoint Liam Rossini to manage Sheffield Wednesday away and then roll at home and they'll be fine. And also, a little joke I was going to make earlier, I didn't get around to it. Sounds like Panda in danger. Endangered.
Oh, right.
Pandas.
Yeah, okay. It was, That was a rough one, that.
No, Tom, to be fair, but you were always consistent with that view. I remember last season, like you're going to get impressed. You said if we don't, it's a failure with what he's brought in. And Chairman's obviously took that view, and everyone else were outrageous. But I always think it's from the outside looking in. If you're not involved with your clubs, there's sometimes people get sacked or it's wow, that makes no sense to finish this or they did this and that and the other because they're popular guys. But I think when I don't think it was the biggest surprise to you, was it? When it happened.
It was. I think it actually was a surprise because I felt like it wasn't going to be that cutthroat, and obviously I was disappointed at the time. And the part of me that's a bit disappointed now, knowing we've got rid of a obviously promising young manager. I felt like he could have continued to build us up. I mean, it was probably the perfect opportunity to keep someone long term, but Adrian's obviously looking for instant success, and it obviously backed him loads. Like the amount of money we spend sort of like impacted our window this time. Obviously saw Jacob Greaves, Philogene, like we had to sort of cut our losses, and obviously Adrian was hoping that we could finish in playoffs and roll the dice to get to the Premier League, and it didn't happen. But it would be interesting to see if he would have kept him on if would just squeeze into sixth, because it's far margin. Like we finished 2 points outside. Is he going to sack him and finish sixth? It's just it was a bonkers decision.
France. He's in France.
Yeah, That's
yeah.
Oh, Joe, I've got another one. But unlike Panda, it's not black and white.
Yeah. No, not good.
No, move it on, Joe. Quick.
Yeah, move it on. Great. Let's get some score predictions for that Friday night game then. Tom, go on then. Start.
I'll go a bit positive. I'll go 1-1. 1-1 draw.
No. Oh, is that positive? Another. To be honest, yeah. Matt, what's yours?
Where's it at?
Hull.
Hullsbury Park, Matt. Go on.
the MKM.
2-1 Sheffield.
I'm going to go for a draw because that's Hull's speciality this season, so I'll go 1-1 as well. Ash?
I'm going to go 1-1 as well. I was going to go 1-0, but everyone seems to be saying that, so 1-0.
Nice. Coupon for this. Go on then, Cossie.
Same as Matt, mate. 2-1 to Sheffield, but a bit worried now with more. How do you like it?
Sheffield.
But he'll play, though.
Sheffield.
They get mad at that,
Whoa.
Let's just reel that back.
I love that song. I'm proper dinosaur, me, mate.
All the Premier League fans.
Hullsbury Park and more.
You must be a dinosaur if you're referencing Sheffield FC. You think, I go back to before Sheffield Wednesday were formed in 1860, whatever. What are you on about?
So you're going 2-1 Sheffield United, and Hal, go on then, finish us off.
Someone's just put 1-0 Sheffield in the comments. There's actually nothing that annoys me more than United being called Sheffield. I got stick really with what I said on my own channel, which is 3-1 United. And really watch out, Panda. He'll be bamboozled. He won't be playing.
Tom, do you still do light shows? Because it's getting dark now, isn't it, on a night? So the
light show will be on, I reckon. There's actually a Q&A going on at 8 tonight. The chairman's just great. Like yesterday, he called a chairman for the Q&A for the club, literally like the night before, expecting fans to go. But I think quite a few people have gone tonight. Just like, I don't know what he's going to say, but yeah, it's probably something interesting. But
yeah. There you go. Matt, let's talk some League One. We'll come to you, mate. You're at home against Burton Albion. You've got 5 points on the board now. Talk to us about this game, man. I'd love to be able to give you some more on Burton and that, but I ain't got any, so I'll just hand over to you.
Mate, we're playing them, and I can't give much on them, to be honest with you. I googled their manager earlier, and I'd never heard of him. I can't remember his name, actually. That's how interesting.
Worst fish and chips I've ever had at Burton. I had diarrhea 3 days after when we played them. when we're away, I'm not buying any. One of those, that does a bit of everything, and I just got lured into it. Fish and chips, kebabs, pieces, a jack of all trades, master none. Don't get fish chips in Burton.
More interesting than anything I've got, to be honest. But yeah, it's a game we've got to be targeting to win. we've got Birmingham next week, which is going to be a tough game. But yeah, it's one of those games you sitting here with. We should be winning this. You never win those games if you're going into it like that. But after the Huddersfield result at home, I'm hoping we can get a bit of momentum at home with 1-1 loss, drawn one at home, with Bristol Rovers being the other one as well. If we want to be where we want to be, we've got to be positive about it. We played Charlton last week, and we're quite good against Charlton, to be fair. I think we certainly deserve the point. I thought we shaded the performance, even though it was a terrible game. So yeah, don't know. I'm just feeling a bit meh about it. Football's still terrible, which doesn't help, does it?
No,
but if we can go on a little bit of a run, if we can pick something against Birmingham, I was looking a bit far ahead, but you've got to back us, especially at home against a team like Burton who haven't won yet. I think they've got 3 draws and a loss. You've got to be backing yourself against those, even if it's not a great result, because great performance, because it never is against Burton. They're always a tough team to play against. But if you can get a positive result moving forward, points on the board, you've got to be positive, I suppose.
Start that ascension towards the top 6, mate. That's
how was
what it's
Addison
about.
Duncan that everyone's raving about, or is it a bit too early to get excited?
I've never heard of him, to be honest with you, mate. Is this guy that was the next John Stones, apparently? Been reported by Alan Nixon. He's in our youth academy. Never heard of him, but apparently he's amazing. I'd have thought I would have heard of him before. The guy from the Sun reports it.
He chats shit, that Alan Nixon, anyway.
Yeah, he does.
You know what, Joe? I was just going to say, what are all our thoughts on him? Because he sometimes makes my life very, very difficult.
Don't you have to pay for his content?
I'm blocked, and I don't people grief because I've had it myself, so I don't. But I think if you question, even just say, "Hang on a minute, you said this," he goes block, and then that's it.
Strange that, because sometimes obviously I get a bit of inside info, and then I'll know what's true, and then I'll see him maybe say something that is I know is accurate, and I often think, like, I wonder where he gets this stuff from, because often I'll read stuff and I go, how could he have known that? And I don't know. Maybe he's like really in with agents.
Maybe you are Alan Nixon. Are you Alan Nixon?
Alan Nixon.
Is that? Yeah, that was a little look behind the curtain there, I think.
You think if I was making the kind of money he's doing, I'd be on this?
Yes, you would. Yeah, I think you still would.
I would, Joe, just for you.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. So, Matt, confident of a win then at home against Burton Albion, yeah?
You got to be confident, yeah. They're winless. We're on 2 games unbeaten now, so you've got to be positive about that. If you're not positive against them, you're never going to be positive again, really.
No, 19th in the table. You've got to be beating Burton. Cossey, come on then. You've got Bolton away.
Mark Robinson, by the way, is the manager of Burton. I couldn't really let that go. How could we forget that and his wonder season at AFC Wimbledon?
Didn't they make like 22 signings this summer betting or something ridiculous? Like,
they've been taken over by some Norwegian group, so I think they're trying to build something. But
they've got Finn D. Laff. I've just been looking at their team. Group. Finn D. Laff is that Rory's son, and that shows how old we're getting if that's happening. I could be totally wrong here, but I think we're predictions on this game. I was going to say Robert.
I mean, we can't. Yeah, let's do it. Sorry, I just did it. No predictions. No, it was because it was the Yorkshire game. That's all it was. But we'll do it if you want. Right, we'll go around. Yeah, go on. Okay, come on then.
2-0 Rotherham.
There you go. I'll copy it. League One expert up here. 2-0 Rotherham. Go on. Ash.
1-0 Rotherham.
There we go. Hal.
7-0 Rotherham.
And,
Malik Wilkes hat trick.
Yeah.
I think Malik Wilkes scores the winner 1-0.
Nice. And Matt?
3-0. Got to get a season going 3-0 win.
Hey, look at that. There we go. That's more like it, Matt. That's more like it, mate.
I think if Rotherham wins on the show.
That'd be class. Right, Cossey, come on then. You're away at Bolton.
Bolton Huddersfield, mate. In the 1920s, this would have been like 100,000 capacity. You wouldn't be able to get a ticket for this game, wouldn't it? That's when football used to edit and it used to cause you a lot of problems, didn't it? But yeah, obviously things have changed. This is a big game now for us now. And it sounds like worse than it is really, the 3 defeats, because like one of them, like we chatted earlier on, a bit mitigating circumstances with a red and, a debatable penalty. But then obviously the other 2 was in the cup. But you know what it's like in football, don't you? It's the same any club. All of a sudden, 4 wins in a row, not the greatest wins, but 3 defeats. Don't matter how you fly, everything's relegation, blah, blah, blah. And then, Bolton away. They've not had the greatest stat, but I always think when you're losing the playoff, you don't get through the playoffs. We had that a few years in League One where you just can't get over that line. There, it's a bit psychological. So they haven't started well, but it's not a game I choose, to be honest, to try and get a win in, because we've got a few issues. Because Ward's suspended. We've just signed Freddie Ladapo, Matt. And it depends who you read or who you speak to. We've had your quote, mate. So it's like, he'll infuriate you, but he'll score a few goals, I think was quoted from our guy. But the trouble is, it's like, the one thing that worries me with these stats and stuff, you look at his Ipswich record and it's very, very good. And then you think, well, Charlton's like 14 games and won, and that were League One last year. So he's being billed as the League One man who knows to get promotions out of League One. But I always think, just look what Eddie was last season. But obviously, he's 31. You're thinking, do we get the Ipswich version? Do we get the Charlton version? And then, I don't know. It's I just think it's a bit of a panic buy from Huddersfield. But of course, the window's shut. Because Reece Ely, who a guy we knew were injury prone, he's worries me today. The press conference says like he's under investigation for something on his ACL. So when you're hearing words like that don't sound good. And the trouble is, all of a sudden you're thinking, this is going to get this goal and you're going to base your season around this. And then you're thinking, oof, is Freddie Ladapo the answer? But Matt, you're not going to tell me in, aren't you?
Probably not, no. It depends what you want from him. Freddie's going to do nothing outside 18-yard box. And to be fair, often inside the 18-yard box. He won't do very much either. But he pops up with huge goals. You know, he got 2 against Wednesday, one in 96 minutes, and the other one was a winner as well. He just pops up against his former clubs as well. That helps. He loves scoring against his former clubs.
Too late. Rearrange the
game. You won't like watching him at all. He's just so frustrating. He's really, really lazy. He doesn't seem very smart with his runs, but then he just pops up occasionally. He'll get 10, 15 goals probably, but you'll not know how he's done it. He'll just get them.
No. Don't talk to Cozzy about the runs. Not after he told us.
Burton runs. Joe, but again, mate, just with 3, you just take a bit of stock. Just keep calm. And I was thinking we're kind of getting this football club back. And then this chairman comes out with this tweet again, like, it's not good enough. And, you know, I'm just like, mate, this is just not needed. Like, just calm.
What about his picture again when he was in L*****S? You know what I mean? What's all that about? Well, why? What a dickhead! He's a dickhead, isn't he? Like, what are you doing?
No, he just can't. He's a big Donald Trump fan, which says a lot. But like, honestly, mate,
they're reading dogs, man. They're reading the dogs and the cats. That's.
I mean, the replies to just fans who were tweeting. It's really weird. So there was some banners like he having with fans. This is just after one defeat, and then he puts out this tweet and it's just like there's just no need for it. Is this how it's going to be? Just like kind of a basket case club. So I'm kind of thinking you just want a bit of calm. So Duff will ask about it today in press conference, but he's always going to say the same thing, which he did. The German pays the bills. He can say what he wants, but inside you're thinking, Jesus, have I come to this kind of place? But yeah, I think it's a tough game, Joe, and I'm not very confident actually, mate. Who's missing? We have early Kane's. It was midfield, which has gone backwards. Ben Wiles has reverted to being crap again after having a good start, and I don't know. We're taking a few over there, mate. I think that 2.5 to 3,000. It's a big game for us. So I think a point would be good there, but a win would be like, right, we're back on track. But this is bound. I think we're going to get beaten on Saturday, 2-1.
2-1, there you go. Should we get everyone else's in then?
Because obviously I've seen like a few Barnsley fans saying he's real lazy and they was glad to get rid of him, or we've not seen enough of him yet to like make a judgment.
No, we haven't seen enough of him, mate, but we have lacked a decent passing midfielder, and the first couple of games, mate, it looked just what we needed, and that's well, and then all of a sudden he's like being injured. He's not fit for this weekend, which is a bit disappointing, but as midfield is one of the reasons why we've kind of regressed a little bit. Even in the games that we won, we were a bit lucky, to be honest. Shrewsbury, they probably should have got something out of it. But yeah, these are your, like, obviously your inverted commas big games if you have them in like League One. But yeah, all of a sudden you just, honestly, football's there. So I never thought we'd cracked it, but obviously you're never far away. It's like you, Joe. You were like, God. Yeah. And then all of a sudden a winner, 2 wins, and now everyone's calm again, and everyone's
in League One. It's still weird to be at Huddersfield in League One because it feels like the past like 10-15 years so they've been either champ or obviously when they got to the Premier League.
Mate. But like I said, 1920s, that's where we needed to be born, mate. Orphan cart into town. There were no smartphones in them days. People just enjoyed the game, get the rattles out. But now people wanting a bit more, aren't they? So no.
Now you're
Bolton
just going
scored a
bounce
2-1.
around. If you love the town, bounce around.
Move it on. Ask, what do you think, mate? Are we going to go to Bolton and win, man?
No. 2-0 to Bolton.
There you go. I'm gonna go.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1 Bolton. 2-1 Bolton. Matt.
It's a big game for Bolton, bearing in mind their poor start. I've seen he's under a bit of pressure in Everett. 4 points, I think they've got from 4 games. But it's a bit like, because it's a big game for them and all. If they lose to us and then Bolton, who are both expected to be promotion rivals, questions then start coming in for Duff. But I think Bolton will win. I think they'll start their season properly. I think, say, 2-1, I think.
Ooh. Tom?
Yeah, I was thinking 2-1 as well to Bolton.
Hal?
I mean, I did expect Bolton to be 18th. I thought they'd be already up there in the promotion places. I do think Bolton will win. I think they'll win 2-0.
There you go.
Full house.
Full house.
On your
Right. Get Leeds Burnley. Come
Also,
on.
if you ever start doing merch, Joe, for this channel, I do think a T-shirt with Cozzy's quote of "Since the 1920s, things have changed." That's what I want on a T-shirt.
Oh god.
One or two things.
Yeah, let's do Leeds Burnley then. It's the lunchtime kickoff in the Championship Saturday. We've had a hell of a lot of players away on international duty. An awful lot. James is out for another 4 weeks, but I think everyone else is pretty close to full bill of health. Manor Solomon's.
Joe, you know what happened last time you came away from international duty, mate? That last break, it all went.
I know, yeah. No, this is true. This is true.
Yeah.
This is an early season marker, I think, for Leeds United. We've not even got out of second gear yet, I don't think, and we're sat in fourth. If you compare it to last August, we were like 13th, 14th, and had 1 win on the board. We've had 3 clean sheets on the spin. We played pretty tough opposition in West Brom and Hull City and Sheff Wednesday away, which isn't an easy. I know they're not going well now, but Hillsborough's not an easy place to go. So I think we're doing well, and I think we're probably going to be all right. I think we'll be all right. I think it'll be a tough game, but I think Farke. What I will say, Farke last season against the better opposition, we did better. It's the lower opposition that we struggled against. You know, I think we got a point away at Rotherham, for example. You know, we didn't do well against teams that sat in and stuff, and I'm not expecting Burnley to do that. I think they'll come and have a go. And if I think to like Ipswich games, Leicester games, you know, I think we scored nearly 8 goals against Ipswich. We got 4 against Leicester and conceded 1. So I expect us to have a little bit too much in transition for them, I think. But listen, their midfield worries me. Like I do really rate Brownhill and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Joe, Manuel Benson's a massive blow for them, innit? Wow, that's a huge blow, mate. It's going to be out for
maybe Jadon Anthony might have a point to prove, actually, because Jadon Anthony spent time on loan here last season, barely got played, and chose to go back to Burnley. I think Leeds still maybe had a look, and he went to Burnley under Parker because obviously he did well there. So, and he got an assist in his debut the other day, last week or so. So I think he might have a point to prove and want to stick 2 fingers up to Farke a little bit, maybe, because he didn't get.
They'll come and have a go, surely. They'll come and have a trampoline football, you would think, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I think
the right game that.
I saw it surely this game. Surely I saw it.
We've got 3 clean sheets on the spin. That defensive solidity is back. It's back. Although
they're 3 without a clean sheet.
Yeah. Or 3 without a clean sheet, are they not?
Burnley are, yeah. I've got
You look at the team. You played us, and we scored 1 goal from open play. So, you know.
Yeah, fair. So we still got a clean sheet.
I know we're back at internationals, but any time I've looked at any of these previews, especially like Championship, people have got knocks, injuries, travelling back late. You know, from these, because I think Casey Palmer's been playing. Would he play for the place with a country miles away? It's so he's not going to get back till Thursday night and stuff. You don't realise.
Tanaka just got back. Tanaka just got back today, and he was playing in Japan. So, yeah.
If you're a manager, you're thinking I just don't know what you do. It's really awkward, isn't it?
I think he said in the presser today, Cossi, he's had 8 people at the start of the week, and then it went up to 11, and then tomorrow will be first training session where he's got everybody.
Have you got a game next week, Joe? Is it just a free week next week for you?
No, we got a game next week.
Yeah.
We've actually got. I think we've got Burnley, Cardiff, Coventry, Sunderland. So we've got a really tough enter this month. It'll give us an idea where we're at. But yeah, I'm feeling confident, and I think it'll be a steady 2-0 win for Leeds United.
Oof.
So yeah, we'll go round the houses, shall we? Tom?
I'm going to go 2-1 to Leeds.
Hal?
Casey Palmer, I think, is Jamaican. And speaking of Miles, just to add in here, that Harry Suter plays for Australia, and they had to play away somewhere. I think it was Bahrain, might have been. And he actually scored in the last minute an own goal, and they lost 1-0. So he's done the miles for no reason. The way I see this game playing out, I think it's going to be a really good game, by the way. I think it's going to be one for the neutral. I think because it's at Ellen Road, I am going to go with Leeds, but I think that Burnley will come out of the traps and look to attack Leeds, and they won't try and play for a draw. But I do think Leeds will hit Burnley on the break when they are going for it. So I think Leeds will take the lead. I think Burnley will equalise. I think Leeds will score a winner, and I think then it'll just be a lot of back and forth, and there'll be some hairy moments. And as a Leeds fan, you'll be hating it. But for the neutral, this is going to be must-watch. 2-1 Leeds.
Nice, love that. Cossie?
I think it'd be a draw this, I think both teams won't be too gutted about that. But yeah, Burnley going to have to raise the game. But if it was a normal no internationals, John, if I knew where your guys were, they might all be right. But I don't know. I think we won all this one.
Yeah, Burnley haven't had that many away.
Let's wait for a Cossie 0-0.
To be honest, Burnley haven't had that many away either. I think Lyle Foster. Yeah, they haven't had many at all, to be honest. So that might have played in their favour because they'll have had a full week at working it out. So, Matt?
Yeah, I agree with Hal. It'll be a good game. I think it'll be a really, really good game. But I think Leeds will have enough. I think it'll be 3-1 Leeds.
Oh, love this. Ash?
I'm going to go whoever scores first is going to win. So I'm going to go 2-2.
Yeah.
Does that say Casey Palmer on that newspaper behind you? What does it say? Or is it a picture?
Liam Palmer.
Liam Palmer, right. Okay.
Yes.
I've got one of them. I've got Pablo Hernandez. You got it off, what's his face, didn't he?
Mazzala.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, Vizza. So, I actually, I did something with Vizza, and I had no idea who he was. And he invited me on his channel, and we did a live watch-along. I didn't know who he was. And I was asking him questions like, where are you? He was like, I'm in Poland.
Poland,
like,
yeah.
Why? And he was like, because I'm a missus. And then and he was like, do you want me to jump on your channel? So he said that to me, like, Vizza coming on my channel. Now, because I didn't know who he was, I was like, yeah, sure, join me. It was only afterwards, because I thought he was a really nice chap and I really liked him. And people were like, wow, you got him on. That's mad. And the views were like really high. And he was so lovely. And looked, if I'd known who he was, I think I'd have been proper nervous. He was lovely.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's
that's
a
why.
fan as well.
Yeah.
No, he's all right. I've got the Pablo Hernandez from Swansea when we confirmed promotion that time. He sent me one as well. Yeah, he's a good guy. Matt, you gave me yours. Ash, did you give me your prediction for Burnley Leeds?
Yeah, 2-2.
2-2. Okay, there we go. Finishing up then with Chef Wednesday, mate. You've got QPR, 3 o'clock. You've got to get a win, haven't you? You've got to get back on the victory train, as it were.
I don't think it's must win. I think it's the performance. If we come away with a point, I think that's a good start. But like I said, with the thing about Millwall and teams that we perceive to be where we should be around us, QPR are one of those. So, I'm just looking for obviously a goal, which would be great, of course. But just a turnaround in performance. I think we've had the press conference, the manager chat today, and he's confirmed there's a couple of injuries. So we've got 3 centre backs looking like they're carrying knocks. So we haven't got us looking like his first choice centre back pairing, and they're both out.
That's not
Deshaun
great,
Bernard's been away with Jamaica, and they played in Honduras, and I think they're still on the way home now. So it'd have been a bit touch and go anyway for the game. We're struggling in defence, which is not good when you've conceded, 9 and without reply. So it's...
Ash, I've got some good news, though. They're 9 without a clean sheet. You're 5 without a clean sheet. That's ending 0-0.
Oh, we have. We won 4-0 against Plymouth. Your stats are wrong, mate.
No, they must include cup. There must be 5 here. Let me get my stats.
Cup. Cup. Hull and Grimsby. Yeah, you're right.
They haven't lost in 5. They're on a bit of a turnaround though, QPR, haven't they? They had a good win at Luton and all, didn't they? Just on TV, I think that. But
yeah, so they're yeah, it is. It's a home which we're looking at. I know a lot of teams say make your home your fortress. So that's where I think with our stats away from home, that's where we've got to be looking for our points.
Yeah, and I think you will, because you are good at your place. Apart from, have you lost at home outside of the game against us?
No, we beat Plymouth and then yourselves. Lost away at Sunderland and
because your home record was decent last season as well, wasn't it? Really, really good, especially under Roll.
Yeah,
so I'd imagine that continues. Should we get some score? Because a lot was made of these two managers, obviously going into this season. Cifuentes and Danny Roll obviously both came in, did really good jobs. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Let's get some score predictions in to finish up, folks. We've got Tom, Chef Wednesday, QPR.
I fancy Chef Wednesday in this one. I think they'll win 2-1.
Yeah, Hal.
Well, I think you're always expecting me to go against Wendy and go with a QPR win. I think I'll be very lazy. It'll be very easy to do. And I think you all know that's exactly what I'm going to do. I do think Wednesday will play well. I think they'll have a lot of the ball. I think they'll create a lot, but they won't score. And I think it'll be a 1-0 reverse. I think they'll lose 1-0 at home.
Wow. Okay. Cossi.
1-0, mate. 1-1. Don't help anyone really that, but 1-0.
What about you, Matt?
Fancy QPR. I think I like Cifuentes. Wednesday's recent forms are a big concern, isn't it? I'll go 2-1 QPR.
See, I think Wednesday will win. I think Wednesday will win because they are decent at home unless they're playing Leeds United. So I think I'll go for a 1-0 Chef Wednesday win. I think Barry Bannon with that lovely hairdo of his, like flicking it in or something like that. Anyway, what about you?
Got his third hairdo, I think.
I know. What's he doing there? Just let it go.
I'm going to go 2-1 Wednesday. I think with the defensive issues we've got at the minute, and like Statsman Cozzy said, we've struggling to keep a clean sheet. So I think 2-1.
I was thinking
one of the comments you've got on thing is great one M Reaper R saying they've got proper hate for Leeds.
I don't know about that either. I didn't know. No, you're not, mate. Yeah.
2-0's a pretty good thing. I thought it was against one of your promotion rivals.
Yeah.
Change it for him if you want.
Yeah, Man City trials starting next week, innit? Man City starting next week. Is it on Netflix or is it on YouTube or what? 115 charges.
Box office. I was just thinking though, Ash, you mentioned before you might shave your beard off, which I don't think you should do. Even if Wednesday win, I think actually what we should do, if you have a look, we're actually all quite hirsute individuals about the face, except Cozzy. What I think should actually happen is you should grow a beard.
Yes, Cossi, you should.
Mate, I've tried before. It's embarrassing. There's stuff all over the shop, mate. It's a bit like just
look at these efforts. We're not doing any better.
Upside down, mate.
Do you start growing one for how long the owner stays off Twitter? And then as soon as it's straight off. That's it.
Yeah, that Elon Musk needs to stay off it, doesn't it? Well, that's what is
it's quite difficult. It's quite difficult for him, I think.
The world's full of strange people. I know we can't stay up, but honestly,
you can talk.
I'm only one with a nice background. You lot, it's chaos. I need to up my background game, me though. I've got this. I should have put there lion band. How small is this?
Oh, don't get me started. Every time I go to that shop, man, I get pissed off with the prices of stuff, man.
Yeah,
Cozzy, what's lion in Spanish for Ollie McBurney?
Leonet. Isn't it Leon? There's point off in it, yeah. But I'm in Spain next week. I'm in Germany next week, but I'll still come on show.
Same thing.
Same
difference, isn't it?
Find a McDonald's.
And that McDonald's.
Yeah, do you remember when you came on in McDonald's? Where were you in Spain? Were you in McDonald's?
Madrid, but I'm away for the next few weeks, let's say. But I'll still do a show. But it's just what it's about, innit? But just price for chocolate, Joe. That we should have his own podcast for that because it really winds me up. So I got loaded into like buying Milky Bar because it was like 125, not 150 like everything else, and it was garbage, mate. It was not even worth bothering about.
Hey, do you know what fun fact? If you buy, you know Turkish Delight.
Oh, I hate that.
We're all familiar with Turkish Delight, right? If you buy that in Cyprus, it's called Cyprus Delight.
It's exactly the same thing.
It's exactly the same, and it's the same with Turkish coffee. It's called Cypriot coffee.
Joe,
the only reason I know about Turkish Delight is because of Lion Witch and Wardrobe.
Even on bargains, it's got any bargains now. Honestly, the world, I just don't know what to think anymore, mate. Own bargains is not own bargains, man.
Nah. I hate it, mate.
That's what honestly, I actually in the transfer window.
This is the pod, isn't it? Yorkshire men talking about the price of stuff. This is it. This is the money stuff, man. This is where it's at.
Well, you know what, Joe? Things have changed since the 1920s.
I put it on my Instagram all the time, and people will say to me, "You tight bastard." I'm like, no, it's not acceptable. No. I went in the other day, and there was a bottle of Robinsons for like £1.50 or whatever, and I thought, oh, that's not too bad. I picked the Robinsons off the thing, and it had changed from a litre to a 750ml, and we're about that long, and I was like, what the fuck's that?
In the time it took you to grab it,
a hole in the bottom.
No, but my
by the way,
is...
Tom just saying in Greece it's Greek delight. We're learning as well.
There you go.
Hot noodles, the only thing that's good value. 2 for £1.10, I think it is in Iceland, in Wakefield on Wednesday. They're good though, but beef and tomato, I get slaughtered for them. Everyone says beef and tomato pot noodles. Rubbish.
I haven't had a pot noodle in years.
Oh, man.
I haven't had a pot noodle in years, man.
Are we still live? Is this still live?
Still live.
Yeah.
Right. This is great.
I'm a professional broadcaster. You know
when it's not live, because Cossie just clicks off straight away.
Yeah, he does. Right, lads. Right. Well, has anyone got anything they want to, mention of their prospective podcast? Because we obviously stream to other locations or all.
That's no.
No, that's okay.
Cosy has a great time in Spain/Germany.
Yeah. We've got just a new podcast coming out tomorrow. We've just it's just a question and answers. So we just get all the Twitter followers and YouTube and stuff. Send any question in and we try and answer it. Much like the rest is football, they do one as well. So
cool.
Good episodes. Then we do a couple, and they're really good fun. Them ones.
Yeah, just random things, anything. So that went out. We recorded it last night. And it goes out tomorrow. So it's just a pilot type episode. So looking forward to see how that goes.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I might ask you what last team to beat you at Hillsborough. See if that one can get answered. Matt, did you have something you wanted to mention?
No, mate. No, just same old stuff.
Send it on the high this pod,
stuff.
It?
Yeah, it does. It is. It's good. Right.
Don't eat chocolate. Don't eat pot noodles. And don't buy Robinsons.
Right, folks, we'll be back here next week from different locations, but we'll all be here. Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Up the blade.